I'm Martin McKenna. I'm an engineer for Strickland Ireland in Ireland. Here in Strickland Ireland, we manufacture excavator attachments, predominantly the hydraulic coupler. The coupler not only speeds up attachment changeover times, but it's very important for health and safety as it holds on the buckets using hydraulic pressure, and in the case of hydraulic failure, it has springs which holds on the attachment. It also keeps the operator in the cab longer. Here in Strickland Ireland, we complete the full manufacturing process from cutting out sheet metal on our plasma cutter to jigging, fabricating and welding, then goes into blast and paint, and then finally assembly and test where the products are all tested and measured up to make sure they're to a high standard. I started here 2 years ago in assembly and test, but over the last 2 years I've had the opportunity to see every process, and it's been great to see products go from raw material through to fully functioning mechanical product. If I was to give advice to someone leaving school now, I would say go for something you enjoy, take every opportunity you can to get a bit of experience, see if you can get a bit of summer work or part-time work in an industry you find interesting. If you're going for interviews, don't worry, companies don't expect you to know everything about engineering when you've just left school. What they're looking for is someone with a good attitude, a good work ethic, they're proactive and they're willing to learn. Ask a lot of questions because people are always willing to help you learn. One of my responsibilities within Strickland Ireland is to work in servicing, so I would be contacting customers if any issues arise. Another would be fitting up the couplers, so once a new excavator comes out onto the market, I'll go measure up the pipe connections needed and the hose lengths and all the parts that are needed to do a full fit. That means plumbing in the hydraulics and wiring and control unit into the cab. When I come back to the factory then, I'll write up a full listing. If I've taken photographs, I'll do an instruction manual, and this means the customer can be self-sufficient in the future. From a young age, I've always been interested in engineering. I grew up on a farm, which means I got to see a lot of different aspects of engineering growing up. I went to St Pat's College, Mara, and I studied my levels there. I studied product design, maths and geography. I then went on to university to study civil engineering. I spent 2 years in the course and I wasn't really enjoying it, but I decided before I made any decisions I would take a year out, and I worked with as a site engineer for a local civil engineering firm. And at the end of that year I knew it wasn't a career path for me, so I left the course and started an apprenticeship in manufacturing engineering, specialising in CNC and manual machining with a local firm, and I was there for 4 years, and 2 years ago I moved to Strickland Ireland. After my level 3, I've been reading online about the higher level apprenticeship as I wanted to further my education, but I still wanted to remain in full-time employment. Once I moved to Strickland Ireland, they were very eager to help me further my education, and in September 2018 I started the course in South West College Dungannon. I really like the structure of the course as I work away quite a lot, and I'm in college 1 day a week and 1 evening, which means I can plan my travel for work around the days I'm going to be in college. The modules are very interesting because they are centred around local industry, so two of the modules in particular, electronics and hydraulics, I've really enjoyed because they've helped me understand in depth what I'm actually doing on a day-to-day basis, what the parts are I'm working with,